What's going on, y'all? This your boy Casey Field, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. I'm doing this part before I do the review. I wanted to talk about Jade Cargill's situation, how she dropped Twitter, she's back. But I wanted to give my thoughts on the whole situation. Y'all, I'm just so freaking tired of having to constantly keep dealing with this white supremacy slash buck dancing buffoonery that takes place in the IWC week in, week out, non-stop. What am I talking about? Fools constantly just be hating on Jade, telling her she sucks, telling her that she look like a monkey, telling her she look like an ape, all this, and just being disrespectful. And I'm like, dog, why do the cats that look like me, especially the black female wrestlers, constantly be disrespected 24/7? I understand it's one thing not to like somebody because of how they present themselves in the ring. It's another thing to disrespect them just to disrespect them. And Jade had every right to dip off Twitter. If I was her, I wouldn't even be on Twitter right now. One thing I'm doing, I'm focusing on getting myself ready in the ring because I want to shut all these haters up. Listen, it's one thing to have constructive criticism about somebody's in-ring ability. Listen, I've been one of the main cats saying I don't want Jade to win the TBS championship right now. I don't even want her to win the AEW Women's Championship because I understand she's not ready in-ring wise. She got the presence because let me tell you something. The first time she showed up, that code switching she and Brandy did from that first promo, you could tell she really wasn't ready. Now I feel like she's had more time to be in front of the camera. She's gotten so much better on promo work. I'm still not a fan of her calling herself a female dog. I've been trying to tell y'all for the longest time. I got so much respect for women. I'm telling you. I would never call a girl out her name. I don't care how much it's in the movies, how much it's in the music, how much it's all a part of society because everybody went around there saying, you're not going to catch me saying that. But that's her thing. That's what she does. Let me tell you something. The girl looks like a glamazon. Look at her body, y'all. Miss Jade Cargill is one fine woman. Remind me of oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank right now. What's the black girl name from X-Men? Storm. Thank you. Storm. I'm telling y'all, man, she got the look. She's got the look. She has everything. I'm telling you. What we want for her is the in-ring ability. That is constructive criticism. You got idiots, like I said, hopping in her mentions, talking all kind of buffoonery, saying all kind of dumb stuff. This is just a product of what's been going on in the IWC forever. Even before social media went down. I've been watching wrestling for 24 years, I think. So, even back then when I was younger, I said to myself, something ain't right. Now, I really wasn't really keen to what I know today, but now that I know wrestling as a whole has always had this satanic, demonic, racist slash buck dancer buffoonery injected into it. I always want to be just a wrestling fan. I really want to come on here and not have to discuss this, just talk about what's going on in the ring. But for some reason, we can't. We constantly have to keep bringing this stuff up because it keeps being thrown back in our face over and over and over again. And I'm getting tired of it, man. It's frustrating. And I feel for my girl, Miss J. Listen, like I said, I was one of the main cats that said, Miss J's not ready to win no championships yet. She not. But she got everything else. And I'm right here ready to ride this wave. I'm ready to watch her progress. Do y'all understand Miss Jade is a puppy in the wrestling business? The girl just got started. She's been wrestling for about a year now. She just got started. So we understand that. Don't you think she knows she's not ready? Y'all understand that. Why do you think the matches be like 2 seconds? Like, come on. Miss Jade, no. She know. You don't have to constantly keep beating her across the head with it. But like I say, if you got a take, at least be respectful. We do that with everybody else, but it seems like every time when it comes to the talent that look like us, everybody always got some kind of issue. They go past what's going on in the ring. They gotta start calling out their name. They gotta say this and that and boom, 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 that. I'm like, no. And when we tired of it. This is why you can constantly see the cats that look like me that's gonna speak up and we're gonna speak out. And we're gonna be well with it. Just want to say cats that come over to Casey Field Wrestling Takes, I keeps it real on my channel. I don't sugarcoat when it comes to this situation because I've noticed it. I've noticed it for a long time. And as much as I want to just be wrestling fans, we can't because this demonic issue keeps being thrown in our face over and over again. It's sad, man. It's very sad, man. And the day Miss J get this wrestling stuff down pat, listen, I'm told you, I'm one of Miss J's biggest fans right now. I still take Red over her right now when it comes to in-ring work because I think she's a little bit better than she is. Even Red's not the best because Red still got to work on that botching. Red botches a lot. And a lot of times she's about to hurt herself. But you can tell Red Velvet wants it. And people disrespect Red too. That's what I don't like. So I cannot wait till both of these ladies get it. Because the moment they get it, I see Miss J as the future AEW Women's Champion. And I see Miss Red Velvet as the future TBS Champion. And when the day that happens, you already know I'm going to be one of the biggest cheerleaders out there. I'm going to be like, yes, sir, this is what I'm talking about. When Jay mentioned Naomi, Sasha, and Bianca, you already know. Y'all know the game. Y'all know how it works. Listen, I don't even mess with the E, but all three of those girls, I love every one of them. I love Sasha, I love Naomi, and I love Bianca. And as much as they disrespected all three of them, Vince McMahon screwed up at Summer Joe. What he did to Bianca, that was the final straw for me. You don't do that to that young lady. You don't do that. You don't do no retarded bull crap like that. I don't give a crap what anybody said. That was just straight stupid. That was dumb. And like I said, this is the dumb stuff that we get tired of. We get tired of having to constantly have to bring it up, but we're going to bring it up. And like I said, when you come to my channel, you're going to hear this. Whether the cats want to hear it or not, you're going to hear this. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not going to bite my mouth. I'm going to speak eloquently about this because it hits home. And what Miss J did, I wish she should have just stayed off. She came back. I think she just turned her mentions off. So, like I said, kudos to Miss J because Miss J knows what she got to do. We all know what she got to do, man. And I can't wait. I can't wait till the day she get this stuff down back because she got Thunder Rosa coming up. And listen, Thunder Rosa is a true professional wrestler. So if anybody's going to bring Miss J to a great match, she can do it. And I can't wait till whenever that time is, I can't wait. So anyway, I just wanted to give my take on this situation before I go into this review. This your boy Caseyville, King Self Life. Hit my intro. I'll see you guys in a sec. Holla at your boy.
This is a Lion and Brian Beach production.
What's going on, folks? This is your boy Caseyville, King Self Life Wrestling Takes back again. Here to give you my honest take about tonight's AEW Dynamite live from Mr. MJF and Mr. Johnny Hungy's backyard. New York Long Island, I believe. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. This episode was better than last week's, but it was still a lot of stuff that I was not feeling. I'm telling you, man, what TK got to work on is match placement. Like those at the first, like those two, the multi-man match and then the tag team match. I think they was out of place. They was out of place with me. I'm serious. The Battle Royal was great. That was excellent. I love the Battle Royal, but those when you have one multi-man tag team match and then we got to get ready for another tag team match, it's kind of like, man, I'm already drawn out because I just seen everybody that was in the multi-man match go at it. Now I got to get ready for another tag team match, and I'm like, man, the audio issue was bad. Like, we didn't know what the heck Eddie Kingston was talking about. He just yelling in the camera. I'm like, dog, like, man. Best match on the night. Shout out to Shout out to Rio and Jamie Hayter. The match started off slow, but my goodness, man. And it was a botch because Rio tried to catch her. Not Rio. Jamie tried to catch Rio and they ain't there dropped the shit. I was like, dog, I was like, man. But look, salute to both of those girls. Those girls, they gave it they all. I said, TK, this is what we want. Even though the crowd was kind of glow for that match. They kind of perked up a little bit later. But I'm like, man, I said, this is what you want, right? This is it, you know. But like I said, I give TK props on what he's trying to do with the ladies. He's trying to get them to where they need to go. Finally, Hook. We getting Hook. That's great. Man, listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of excited for the Winners Coming episode because the one thing I can say about this, the episode did what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to get us excited for next week. And real talk, I am excited for next week. The three main matches that was featured that we getting Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida Part 3. We getting not MJF. We getting Heyman versus DB. And then we getting MJF versus my man, Dante Barton. I was thinking it was going to be Leo Rush and Dante. But no, we getting MJF versus Dante Barton. Y'all, is this the moment that Dante is going to be crowned next man up? Will we get that next week? I don't know. But let's go ahead and break down this episode. Like I said, so we open the show. MJF music hits. Crowd is going nuts. They are going ape crazy. And who walks out? CM Punk. And the crowd instantly starts booing. CM Punk was getting booed, folks. He was getting booed out the arena. I said, oh no. I said, dang, they testing the waters for real. And I even called it CM Punk off guard. He was getting booed out of the arena. I was like, man. So he came out there. He started talking. He started taking a dump on the audience, playing up to the pops that they was doing. They was booing the mess up. So this is what I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, okay, where's MJF? Like, I know MJF is going to interrupt him, right? Like, that's what I'm saying to myself. Nope. CM Punk just played up to the crowd. He played up to him. They booed him like crazy. I said, folks, this is the CM Punk cast wanted, right? This is the pipe bomb guy you wanted, right? Decent promo. Wasn't the best, but what he was doing was playing into the crowd. He's playing into how they was reacting to him. And they booed the mess out of him. I was like, man, that New York crowd wasn't feeling him at all. They said, get this clown out. They even called him John Cena. They called him John Cena. And I say, yo, listen, I didn't see that coming. But what a way to start the show off. Now, this was fine. I said it was decent promo, but the way how the crowd reacted is what made that whole segment. But I was sitting up here saying to myself, where the heck was MJF, right? So we come back from commercial, and it's a little video vignette. And some dude is narrating, and obviously it's some dude driving a car. It ain't none other than who? MJF. And I'm like, why did they wait and do this? But then I thought, well, they are doing the Diamond Battle Royale match. Now I was thinking that was going to be the main event. But actually, the main event messed around being Bryan Danielson versus Johnny Hungary, a.k.a. John Silva, which I'll talk about that. But it was a very good video package. It came out. Crowd was going nuts, cheering him on. He had on his high school jacket. They talked about his upbringing and everything. And I mean, the fans was going nuts. Long Island, New York loves themselves some MJF. MJF was getting babyface cheers all night long. And that promo just helped out. That video package, it was decent. But I was sitting up and saying to myself, why come they couldn't play that while CM Punk was talking? You know what I'm saying? It would have threw everything off. I think they could have played that whole video package while he was in the middle of cutting his promo and how bad the Long Island fans are and everything. And they could have cut to the camera and then you see this fool driving up. Boom, it's MJF and the crowd goes crazy, right? So after that, he comes out and, like I say, babyface cheered like crazy. I mean, he even went to the fans. They hugging him. The man looked like he was finna start crying. I said, man, now this is what I said to myself. A babyface MJF? I don't know how I could get down with that because I'm just used to him being this obnoxious, low-down punk of a heel. Like, I'm used to that, right? But the way how the crowd was, I mean, they loved themselves some MJF. They love him. And kudos to that. So now here's the deal. He was the only one that actually got an in-ring interest because everybody else was already out there. So I'm like, I guess pressed for time. They didn't have time to try to give everybody the interest. They said, no, we just going to say this for MJF. So all the goofs that's supposed to be in this match, they in the match. So this match caused a lot of different storylines that's about to pop off. Now, let's see. So it's so many things. Now let me talk about the certain spot that happened. There was a spot that happened where Wardlow and Hobbs started going at it. The crowd went crazy. Fans automatically said they want this match. I seen people on social media going berserk. They said they want Will Hobbs versus Wardlow when the time happens. Well, that's going to happen. It's going to manifest. I'm not sure exactly when that time is going to happen, but you saw it. The two of them was going at it, going back and forth. Fans was going crazy. I said, that's one storyline right there. Meanwhile, you got Dante Barton playing up the thing. And I forgot Taz is on commentary. He's sitting up here sounding silly as heck. Well, with the situation that took place, you got Ricky Starks and him, quote unquote, they were working side to side because remember, he signed a contract. Remember, Leo Rush is in. Now, Leo Rush was doing work as well, too. But what happened was MJF ended up got rid of a whole bunch of them, which include Leo Rush. So now I'm sitting up and saying to myself, well, we won't get Leo Rush versus Dante right now because it was a swerve that took place. When it came down to Ricky Starks, MJF, and Dante Barton. So now, what do? You play the game. Ricky Starks was so caught up on thinking that Dante had his back. In actuality, Dante didn't. Dante ended up getting rid of Ricky Starks. And Taz went berserk. He said, this fool traded us. He betrayed us. I said, well, there you have it. Dante really played the game. So you can say Dante played Team Taz. And obviously they ticked off. They mad. They real mad. They mad at that man. And Leo Rush is sitting up and saying, like, well, who do you work for? What side are you on? So it comes down to it. Next week, we're gonna have MJF versus Dante Barton for the diamond ring. Ladies and gentlemen, Dante Barton is about to be a made man, folks. You thought all the other matches Dante Barton was in was off the chain. Him and MJF about to tear this thing up. MJF has a huge task to do next week. Now, we know most people believe MJF is going to retain his ring. He's not. He's going to lose it because of CM Punk. I'm just trying to tell y'all right now, CM Punk is going to cost him. But this matchup is what's going to make Mr. Dante Barton. Dante Barton is already a made man. But this is a huge honor that what MJF is about to do for Dante Barton. This is huge. Like, I can't be more proud of what Tony Khan is doing with this young man right here because I was like, okay, what are they doing with Dante? Like, what are they doing? Listen, Dante just been jumping off the screen ever since he got made when he was in that matchup with Kenny Omega. When it was the Young Bucks, him, and then Dante, and I forgot who the other two. It was a 3-man match. It was a 3 versus 3 6-man tag team match. And that was the match. That was the time with Dante Barton. He basically made the name for himself. Next week, MJF versus Dante Barton is about to be one banger. I can't wait for this match. I can't wait to see how everything plays out. So after the match, right, Ricky Starks hopped in the ring. He got back in there. He was ticked off. He started beating the brakes off of Dante, right? Now remember, the crowd is giving MJF the babyface chance because he walked off, right? So Ricky Starks is beating the brakes off of Dante. He looked. He like, should I go down there? So he runs down there. The crowd going, yeah. You think he's going to start beating up on Ricky Starks? Because they get in the ring. They look at each other, right? Nope. MJF and Ricky, they tight. What you think they did? They start beating the brakes off of Dante. So what did that do? That caused Mr. CM Punk to come out there. And when CM Punk came out there, the crowd went from cheering to booing again. MJF hops out the ring. Dante ends up getting up, knocks Ricky Starks, throws him into CM Punk. CM Punk doesn't go to sleep. That's how that segment goes off. Listen, folks, I can't wait. MJF and CM Punk is being drastically, they're getting this ready. I'm not sure exactly when these two are going to collide, but I'm loving what they're doing, man. But the Long Island crowd, basically, they showed up tonight. They showed up tonight with CM Punk, and they basically booed the mess out of him, and they cheered MJF. This is wild. This is crazy. I can't listen. I can't be more proud of this segment. This was excellent. This was great. Now, and then we get to this 4-man tag team match, a random 4-man tag team match. Jurassic Express with the Varsity Blondes, with Christian and Julia Hart, versus The Acclaim in 2.0. And I'm sitting up here saying to myself, what a random 8-man tag team match, which really shouldn't even been on the show. I'm like, if story-wise, you could have really had 2.0. Let's see, you could have had 2.0 and Proud and Powerful and Eddie Kingston, and like you could have had something like that, because it makes more sense. They beefing with them. So this was just like, oh, let's get Jurassic. Let's just get all these clowns on television. Now, y'all know I love The Acclaim. I love them. I can't wait till they win the tag team titles. But you already know why they was in the match. They had to make sure they was in the match because you knew who was taking the pinfall. Max Caster does this cheesy rap talking about the Islanders. He said something about we're the near real New York. He made a little joke against the WWE or whatever. That was nice. It was okay. You know, I've heard better raps from that man. Like I said, he always rapping cheesy raps. You know. But I can't wait. I cannot wait till the day these two win the tag team titles. I can't wait. I'm not sure exactly when that time is going to be because I'm a huge Acclaim fan. I wasn't on board at first, but I'm a huge fan of these cats. And 2.0, they making a name for themselves as well. I really wasn't on board with them, but they making a name for themselves. So this match is everywhere. It was a decent tag team match. You just had clowns just doing everything. Luchasaurus, he got a huge pop. They was chanting Luchasaurus' name. You know, shout out to my boy Jeff. That's his favorite wrestler. But for me, I think match placement matters. I think this match, you could have saved this match for a little bit later on the show. I wouldn't have done this match. I would have probably. Well, I mean, and to tell you the truth, you could have even had this on Dark. I'm just gonna keep it a buck, and I'm cool with everybody in the match. But I think this could have been saved for Dark. That's just my personal opinion. What happened was, I think Eddie Kingston came out and he distracted 2.0 and this for Luchasaurus, and then was able to beat the brakes off of the Acclaim. And let's see, somebody had put Max Caster in the submission mode. I'm trying to see who it was. Was it? Well, Pillman. I think it was Pillman. So yeah, Pillman or somebody. Let me see. I'm trying to read. Oh, Jungle Boy. Yeah, I think it's Jungle Boy. Like I said, it was a decent tag team match. But okay, so what happened after the match is over? You see Eddie Kingston walking to the back. He's going in the back, and now you see Ortiz with the warrior face paint, and he's standing right there with Eddie Kingston. Well, y'all know what that's a reference to. Y'all remember when they was in Impact TNA, they was LAX, so they teasing a LAX reunion. They teasing it. But Eddie Kingston was yelling at the camera. And I'm like, turn the camera mic on. Somebody turn the camera mic on. He just babbling, he yelling in the camera. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, what is Kingston talking about? I don't know. Ortiz trying to get him to calm down, and so, but see, here's the deal. Remember what I said. This feud is not going to be about Jericho and Eddie Kingston versus 2.0. This is about to be Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. So I wonder what does this mean for Proud and Powerful, because Proud and Powerful rocked with Mr. Eddie Kingston. So they teasing what's about to transpire. I don't know what the heck Eddie Kingston was babbling about. That was an audio issue. AEW, TNT, y'all got to get y'all camera stuff right. Whoever that watch was on, that's on y'all. Y'all got to get this stuff straight. But decent segment. I just wished we would have understood what Mr. Kingston was talking about, because I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. But the fact that you seen him run up with Ortiz, and then after that, that's when Daniel Garcia and 2.0 came and they jumped them both. Santana went around. I don't know where Santana was at, but Ortiz and Kingston got jumped. So it makes me think we're getting a 3-on-3 coming soon. Eddie Kingston, Proud and Powerful versus Daniel Garcia and 2.0. Now here's the deal. What is Jericho going to do? Because those are Jericho's boys now. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's going to be something with Proud and Powerful that's going to cause a rift between Jericho and Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is homies with Proud and Powerful. You know what I'm saying? Proud and Powerful is tight with Jericho. So that's what I think is going to happen. So yeah, so Varsity Browns, Jurassic Express, they win, boom, great. So then, commercial break, we get Tully Blanchard, FTR, talking about how they about to become 2-time AEW Tag Team Champs. They said they quote unquote, technically, the Lucha Bros have never beaten them, and they're going to beat the brakes off of them this coming Friday on Rampage. So, tag team titles on the line, FTR versus Lucha Bros. I think this is it. This feud needs to die after this. We get over with. It's a wrap. I've seen it 1, 2, 3 many times. Rematch City. It's over, folks. Lucha Bros are gonna win this. Let's kill this feud. Let's get this feud over with. It's time for cats to move on to something different. Both of them. FTR need to move on to somebody else. Lucha Bros need to move on to somebody else. So that's that. Now, this matchup, when I say match placement, I think we could have had one of the singles matches be in this place. We go from having an 8-man tag team match to then another tag team match. We had the Young Bucks versus Rocky Romero and Chucky Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, can I honestly say I missed half of this match because I really had no desire to see this match. And this is nothing against the Bucks. This is nothing against Chucky T, Rocky Romero. But for me, match placement matters. And when I came in halfway through, watching it from the half point on, I honestly didn't give a crap about nothing that took place in this match. I'm being 100% honest with you. Like, this ain't even nothing against none of these cats. I just honestly was not, I really didn't care. I pretty much knew it was going to transpire. The Bucks ended up winning thanks to all the interference from Adam Cole and all of them. Everybody getting interference, all this. OC get beat down and everything, right? So the Young Bucks ended up winning. So after that, Yuta getting beat down, Chucky getting beat down, OC getting beat down, right? So they beating up everybody, right? Then who comes out the woodwork? My man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Trent Beretta. My boy is back. He's been out of action for a minute with that neck injury. He came through. Mama Sue in gray. Last time I seen her hair was black. Now it's all gray. She came through with the minivan. My man, Mr. Trent is back. That crowd went berserk for him. He came out there looking like Moxley. I kid you not. He ain't got no hair. He cut all his hair off and everything. I said, yes, sir, Mr. Trent is back. He came out there. He handled his business. He beat the snot out of everybody. He tore them clowns up. Got them clowns out of there. And after that segment, the big hug happened. Everybody came together. The camera zooms out and zooms in. I said, excellent. That was the best part about that whole matchup. I didn't give a rat's behind about the match, but that segment right there saved that whole match, and I loved it. I said, my man is back. The best friends are back on top, Trent Beretta makes the best friends. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm telling y'all right now. Mr. Trent Beretta, thank you for saving the best friends. Thank you for coming back. Now, I just pray that man just stay 100%. I just pray everybody protect that man. Protect him. Keep him from getting injured. I don't want him getting injured no more because he makes the best friends perfect. He makes them perfect. I'm telling you. Without him, the best friends go nowhere. OC goes nowhere. Chucky Taylor goes nowhere. Yuta goes nowhere. Even the alien, Miss Chris Statlander, she goes nowhere. Trent Beretta and Mama Sue, they make the best friends move. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Happy as heck. Great ending. The match was trash. Great ending. That's all I gotta say. So let's see. So we got Ruby Soho talking to Alex Marvez, if I'm not mistaken, and she's talking about what she's getting ready to do with possibly if she wins the TBS championship. She gets interrupted by the Bunny and Penelope Ford, and them talking crap. They said some crap. Ruby said, "All right, y'all talking some crap. I'm about to lay you out." She punches Penelope, then the Bunny lays her out, and then who comes out the woodwork? Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose comes out the woodwork, lays her out, beat her down, because y'all know what the next matchup is. It's going to be Ruby versus Mrs. Nyla Rose. I can't wait to see this because I want to see how they match, how they link up. What kind of chemistry do they have? I want to see this. I really do. I'm serious. I want to see it. Right to the point, Ruby got beat down, but they told you winning. Like, if y'all don't understand Ruby's winning that match, like, the way she got jumped, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Ruby's moving on to win that. I think she's winning the TBS championship, but she's moving on to the finals. I'm just trying to tell y'all right now, she's moving on. So, right then, we got Tony on stage talking with the current TNT champion. Sammy Guevara was talking about the next open challenge, and randomly gets interrupted by a burnt up, crispy looking Cody Rhodes. That fool came out there, interrupted that man, and said, "I'm going to be your next challenger. You remember me." And let me tell y'all something. Cody Rhodes actually is the reason why I'm a Sammy Guevara fan. Remember episode 1, the very first match? I didn't know who this fool was with that panda thing on his head. I didn't know who that clown was. The moment he got in the ring with Cody Rhodes, my goodness, I became an instant fan of Sammy Guevara. So thanks to that clown Cody Rhodes, Cody actually did something right. He made me a Sammy Guevara fan. So he didn't put himself out there. I guess next week they're going to be going at it for the TNT Championship. So after he walked off, he tried to say something. He get interrupted by the men of the year. Ethan Page just threw his name out there and said, "Wait a minute, you just randomly giving fools TNT championship shots? When I'm sitting up here, I done beat you. Like I said, I deserve a shot." Then Scorpion Sky, he hopped on the mic, and both of them said Dan Lambert is coming back next week. I'm like, well, this is what I'm saying. Is this going to turn into a fatal 4-way? Because even though Ethan Page and Scorpion Sky on the same page, will this become a fatal 4-way, or will this just be a triple threat with Scorpion Sky and Ethan Page's corner? Because I'm sitting up and saying to myself, like, where are we going with this? But before the segment, with those two started talking, Cody was finna walk out the heel tunnel, but he said, "Oh no, that's right, I'm still the baby face." The heel turn is coming, folks. The goof is finna turn into a heel. We've been wanting it. We've been asking for it. But let me tell you something. If I was Cody, I wouldn't have showed my face. I would have not showed up. I would at least let my body rest. You can tell. You see the burn marks on his body? You seen it? We're looking like he's burnt to a crisp. Coming out there looking extra goofy. I'm like, this fool couldn't stay off television. He can't. He got to hog the spotlight. I said, oh boy. But it was a very decent segment. Like I said, man, Sammy, salute to Sammy Guevara. I'm like I said, when it comes to all the TNT champions, I do think, even though I'm a fan of Sammy, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it fair. I ain't biased. I think this is the weakest run, even though he's had great matches. I think this is the weakest TNT champion of all of them. Like, this is no knock against my boy, because I'm a huge Sam Guerrero guy. But I think this is the weakest TNT championship run. Like I said, maybe, as we move forward, it gets better as we move forward. But if you had to measure all the different TNT champions that we done had, I think this is the weakest run. I think it is. Like I said, I'm a huge Sam Guerrero guy. Thanks to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes the one that put me on to him. Like I said, that very first match on the very first episode of the Dynamite 2 years ago, I didn't know who this panda wearing clown was until he got in the ring with Cody. And then he showed me something. I said, oh, this young man can wrestle. I said, oh, he can wrestle. This dude's pretty good. So I'm like, okay, But I'm not sure. I do know Cody's turning heel. Because you saw it. He was about to walk out the heel tunnel. And he said, no, let me go back out the babyface tunnel. So that was that. So now, we got a video package of Jade Cargill and Thunder Rosa. Y'all heard me from my opening segment before I jumped on the review what I said about Jade Cargill. Thunder and Jade Cargill, I am very excited about this match because this matchup can go either way. Thunder can win this match or Jade can win this match. I'm taking Thunder to win this match, but it wouldn't shock me if Jade wins. Because I did say that I had Jade winning first, but now I'm thinking about it. But here's the deal. Maybe Britt and them cost Thunder, which causes Jade to move on to the finals. Because you do need a heel versus babyface epidemic, and Thunder is a babyface. You get my drill? So it makes more sense for Jade to move on, but you already know. If Jade moves on, she's in the finals, and we know how black wrestling Twitter gets when they see somebody that look like us. You know they clamoring for one of us to win the title. I said it in my opening soliloquy. Jade ain't ready to win no titles right now. I know she already claimed that title, that B title, that's what she said. But she ain't ready to win no championships. So, Jade ends up winning this match, but she's going to lose to Ruby Soho. But you can have her lose to Thunder, and we get the rematch of Thunder Rosa versus Ruby Soho. So it's a babyface versus babyface epidemic. This is the next matchup between them, because y'all remember what they did at All Out. At All Out, that match was great. That was excellent what they did. But this would be for all the marbles. This would be for the TBS Championship. So this is a very unpredictable match. It seems like Thunder got it on lock, but Jade can also win it. So for me, I'm watching this because I want to see how well Jade can wrestle with a Thunder Rosa. Because Thunder Rosa is a real, truly professional wrestler. I'm going to keep saying this till I'm blue in the face. Thunder Rosa is great. I didn't even know who Thunder Rosa was until she showed up on AEW. I didn't pay no attention to NWA, but this woman is great. She represents for the Latin folk, for the Hispanic folk. I'm telling you, man, this girl is great. And what they said in their little back and forth, oh man, I'm like, even though she know dang well she not winning the TBS Championship, but I love it. Great segment, excellent. Now, best match of the night. And there was 2 botches in this match, but best match of the night. Tony Khan, I gotta give you props, sir. I said it. Get your girls to where they need to be. And we got so many different feuds going on with the ladies. This is great. Keep this up. Girls, every one of y'all, get better in the ring. Come on, ladies. We rooting for you. I'm rooting for all the women to get better in the ring. I'm rooting for all of them. Because I want AEW to have the best women's division on the planet. I'm ready for it, folks. I'm ready for the women demographics to shoot to the air. Because I'm telling you, there's so many girls in the back in the AEW that still need in-ring work. They still need to get better. But I'm telling you, and plus they need to get better on the mic. You know what I'm saying? But when that time comes, y'all, get out the way. Get out the way. Jamie Hayter versus Rio was off the chain. And it started off slow as heck. It was 2 botches in the match, like I said. But minus those 2 botches, man. And all the crazy stuff that's going on outside the ring with Rebel, Britt. Britt was getting into it with the fans and the audience. She getting into it with, I'm like, man, Britt is crazy. Britt is, listen, I love Britt Baker. Britt is crazy. Listen, there's some fans that's, listen, no, she's not the best. But I say she's improved from where she first came. She's not the best. Her title run has been okay. It's been, for me, it's been so-so. I've seen some people say it's been mediocre. I get why they say that. It's been so-so. It could have been better, but I think a lot of reason had to do with is who she's been feuding with, and the fact that she ain't really been defended. But y'all got to remember, she coming off that broken wrist, so TK kind of been holding her back because she kind of been a little. I don't want to say she's injury prone, but you got a chance. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful with her. Plus, listen, folks. Britt is a real dentist. If y'all didn't know that, Britt is a real dentist. So the fact that she really can't put everything into the wrestling, she working on people's mouths and trying to get in the ring at the same exact time. So she really can't really put all her effort into being a true great wrestler. You get my drift? Like I said, she's decent in the ring. I'm not saying she's bad. I can tell you this: when Britt first started off, but fast forward to where she is now, she's 1,000% better than when she first started. You get my drift? This matchup was excellent. Jamie Hayter, man, listen, I really wasn't on her bandwagon the first time she came through, but as of late, I really respect the mess out of Jamie, man. Jamie is a good wrestler. And then little Riho, my goodness, man. Riho might be small, but that woman know how to beat the brakes off of somebody. She might be tiny, but that girl, I'm telling you, that's the one thing I like about wrestling. The David versus Goliath storyline is so real in wrestling because of a size of people. With Rio being very small and petite, and somebody like a Jamie Hayter, when you put those two together, listen, they had excellent chemistry. Like I said, the two botches where Rio could have messed around and got hurt, it is what it is. But the fact that after those two boxes, the ladies picked it up and they was going at it. They tore each other up. I understand why so many people say this was the best. That's a kudos. That is a kudos to Mr. Tony Khan, that he been hearing people's criticism about the women's division. The fact that you had two girls go out there, even though they had two botches in the match, they had two mistakes. The two mistakes got thrown under the rug because they went out there after the two mistakes and went out there and gave a killer match. The ladies, they did their thing. Rio ended up knocking Jamie out. Jamie sold that move that she gave on her. She was out cold. Got the 1, 2, 3 match over. Listen, they playing up this thing. And see, I really wasn't paying attention. Excalibur kept saying it on commentary. Britt Baker has never beaten Rio. I said, wait a minute. Out of all the times in wrestling, I thought she pinned at least one time. No. When I had to think about it, I said, no, she hasn't. So the fact that they playing up to this part of the storyline makes it even more compelling when the moment these two actually lock up again. You know what I'm saying? Excellent. Outside the two mess-ups, excellent match. Tony Khan, this is what we're talking about. This is what we want. We want the girls to get to the next level. We want the girls to be on the same playing field as the fellas. Great. Excellent. No issue with this at all. None whatsoever. Excuse me. Yeah, and so after the match, Baker ended up beating the brakes off of Rio. Typical heel thing, Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. On Rampage, Taz said it. We get to finally see his son Hook debut, and he's going against none other than the homeboy, Mr. Fuego Soul. Everybody been wanting to see this young man wrestle. This should boost Rampage's ratings up because people been wanting to see Hook wrestle for a long time. Hook got a huge fan base. I've been curious to see when is this young man gonna wrestle. We get a chance to see it this coming Friday. Now I know it's been taped. I'm not looking at no spoilers. I see this is the one thing about that they need to fix with Rampage. Rampage, don't tape the show. Let it be live. TK, you got the money to get 2 nights in the same building. It's like, man, I don't know why he doesn't do it. I'm like, man, just 2 nights in the same building. Just book it. But whatever arena you get, book it for 2 nights. I know you probably be thinking about how much money Cass be spending and everything, but you know how it is. Cass gonna go online, read the spoilers, and they not gonna want to tune into the show. So, it's crazy. Now, check this out, folks. During the Battle Royal, the lights was flickering and changing colors, and it was a lot of speculation online, and people was saying like, I wonder what was that all about. And there's a lot of speculation. We got winners coming. Y'all do know somebody is debuting. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's official. I think next week in Dallas, Texas, we get Wyndham Rotunda debuting in AEW. I believe it's going to happen, folks. I believe he's showing up. I'm not sure exactly what segment he's going to debut on, but I believe he's showing up. He's showing up, and I'm not sure what segment it's going to be. But I think he's showing up, and I think with them lights flickering, I think that's what they was teasing. You know, it was like a little tease. They do a little stuff here and there, so that was great. So they talked about also we get a video package of next week. Winners coming. Serena D versus Sheeta Part 3. The video hype for this matchup. The girls talking smack. Listen, I done said it. Serena Deeb is the female Bret Hart. Now listen, folks, you're talking to somebody who did not watch the New Generation era, so I can't speak on what took place doing that. But from the couple of matches I've seen of Bret Hart, and as to watching Serena Deeb truly is the female Bret Hart. Serena Deeb can wrestle her tail off, and her and Sheeta, this feud has been great. These girls are about to tear it up again. Like I said, if it's any rematch I'm down for this. But you see how it's been spread it out. It hasn't happened back to back to back. It's been spread it out. I'm cool with that. When they do a rematch like that, I ain't got no problem. So after that, Tony Schiavone is talking backstage he's talking on stage with the Varsity Blondes. And as he's trying to talk to them, the lights go off, lights pop back on. Malachi Black is standing there looking like a straight up fool. And I'm like, what the heck did Malachi Black want with them? He spits the black face at Julia Hart and she screams like she's in a horror film. I say, you know what, folks? It is official. Malachi Black is AEW's version of Undertaker. It's not even a question no more. He truly is AEW's version of Undertaker. It is starting to look like that. Now, I'm trying to ask myself, why does he want beef with the Varsity Blondes? I don't know. And then you go and spit in that young lady's face? I don't know. That's just what they doing, so it is what it is. Now, the main event. Hometown hero, Johnny Hungary, a.k.a. John Silva versus Brian Danks. How did I feel about this main event? Can I be real with you? I'm going to be 1,000% real with you. As much as I respect both men, I respect Brian Danielson and I respect Silva. I don't know, but for me, this match felt off. Yes, Brian played his role well. Hungary came out there to a great pop. But I don't know. And they had 15 minutes. They had 15 minutes to go out there and give us a great match. The match was decent. It was a decent match. But for me watching this, I'm sorry, it just felt off. I don't know. I'm serious. I was trying my best to pay attention. And listen, I'm serious, y'all. I hate picture by picture. It's still like every time when I try to get into a match, picture by picture happen. I said, here we go again. Here we go again with this picture by picture crap. I'm like, dog, it's like every time I'm getting into a match, I don't care what match it is, they do the picture by picture. So I can't really pay attention because they're making the little box tiny as hell. I'm like, man, come on. I can't even pay attention to what's going on. You got the Goofy Man Clown commercials going on, and then the picture by picture. I was like, man. But listen, Brian played his role well. He's playing the heel role, beating the snot out of him. Silver, listen, now look, let me tell you something. Listen, Silver is a good wrestler, folks. Like I said, for me, the match was kind of off, but little spots in the match, you can see how well Silver has improved in the ring. This young man is great. I didn't even listen. When I first saw him, I just thought he was just a comedy act. No, this dude can wrestle, man. John Silver is a good wrestler, folks. He might be small, but that boy can wrestle. And I'm thinking like, dog, you got Brian Danielson, you got him. Okay, this match about to bang, but then, like I said, watching it, I'm sitting up, I'm like, dog. I'm like, man, I was expecting a Matt Classic, and I got just a decent match. Brian Danielson beat the snot out of him. He kicked his head in. Silver was going to bed. Match over. You know what I'm saying? But so after that, he hops on the mic. He said he's dismantled every member of the Dark Order. And now he said he can't wait to kick the, you know what, out of Hangman. Hangman comes out. Now, I thought he couldn't touch him until the actual show. I guess that went out the door. Came in and he jumped the man. Brian Dance to get out the ring. He hops on the mic. He said, "At winter is coming, I can't wait to kick the you-know-what out of you." And there, that's it. Show's over. Let me tell you something. The episode was better than last week. It's still, like I said, still a lot of things that, like I said, they got to work on. Match placement, pacing, mic issues with the camera. I don't know what the heck that was. That audio issue. Eddie Kingston just saying a bunch of crap. We don't know what the heck he said. It's a lot of things they got to work on. They got to get it right. This is year 2, folks. We get ready to move on to year 3, and y'all moving to TBS. We ain't got no time for no foolishness with the audio. Match placement got to be on point. But I got to say this. Even with the criticism that I had for tonight's episode, your boy is ready for winter's coming. The episode did what it was supposed to do. I cannot wait till winter is coming. I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's about to be off the chain. I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Casey Phil, King Self for Life, rest of the takes. Y'all know what to do. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, get in the comment section, tell me how you felt about the show. And next time you hear from me, I'll be talking about Rampage this coming Friday. This is your boy Casey Phil, King Self for Life. I'll let your boy.